Are you looking for a proven way to brush up on your French language skills in preparation for a new job or new studies or a new project here in Quebec's Eastern Townships? If so, you're going to be really glad to hear about the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative. Hi there and welcome to About Townshippers. This is a web series where we talk about the organizations, the services, and the topics that are important to English speakers living right here in Quebec's beautiful Eastern Townships. Heather Ancliffe is a project manager at Townshippers Association, and she coordinates the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative. And in today's episode, she's going to give us an overview of this really interactive and accessible program that can help you increase your comfort level and facilitate your integration into your existing job, into a new job, or into any other professional endeavor. So here's our chat. Hey, good morning, Heather, and welcome to About Townshippers.
Good morning, Ed. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Now, welcome to Townshippers, but you're already a big part of Townshippers. You and I work together
Yeah.
at Townshippers Association, and so we both know that we've got a couple parts to our mandate, and one of them is to really make sure that the English-speaking communities get access to the services they need, in English, and that they get access to employment and great, political representation when the time comes. But this is all done, of course, in a French environment. French is the main language spoken in Quebec. So
Yep.
that being said, or with that in mind, where does the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative come into play?
Well, the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative is a way to have English speakers improve their confidence with speaking French so that they can have access to these services by being part of the community. So they'll have a higher employability, so they'll be able to get a job within the region. Perhaps they'll get involved in politics, be more involved in their community by improving their language skills with this initiative.
Do you have a target audience or a target community?
Yes, absolutely. So the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative is geared to people in the Eastern Township, so within the region, who are mainly English speakers or allophones, people whose first language isn't French or English. And it's also geared to anybody studying in the region at an English education center, such as Lennoxville Vocational Training Center, Champlain Regional College, Bishop's University, or anybody who falls under the ETAGE group of adult education institutions. Anywhere between the ages of 18 and 50, so people can join no matter what age. It's pretty inclusive for this exclusive club. Of course, they have to live in Estrie, and it's also available to health and social service students in the region at LVTC and CRC. So it's pretty much open to anybody who wants to improve their French, mainly by improving their confidence.
Now, you mentioned some of the three important educational institutions in the township: Bishop's, Champlain, and LVTC. But I may have missed it. Can people outside of that environment take part?
Well, we'd like for anybody could join, but right now it's really geared to those who are studying and who would like to improve their French. We have a capacity limit of about 50 to 75 people who could join. So if we expand it to the entire region, it might be a little bit overwhelmed, but we are trying our best to include as many people as possible. So we put all of the English-speaking institutions as our target audience for now, from ages 18 to 50. So Inclusive Mentorship Initiative used to be geared towards health and social services students last year, but we have a new funder this year, the Secrétariat aux relations avec les Québécois d'expression anglaise. And with that, we were able to broaden our target audience. So it's not just geared towards health and social service students like it was in the past. Now we can include any field of study and any field of work. But of course, those students are also welcome to come and join us once again. They won't be excluded. So it's open to everybody. Basically, the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative is an immersive French language mentoring program. It's really informal. We have volunteer professionals who speak French, which we're also recruiting. I'll get into that a little later. And I pair them with an English-speaking student who wants to improve their confidence. So I pair said student with a French-speaking professional. They meet roughly once a week, either in person or virtually. With the pandemic, things have changed a little bit, or you could do a bit of a hybrid schedule, meet half and half. They don't meet at the person's work, they meet wherever they choose. So if it's more convenient for them to meet in a park, that's great. If it's more convenient for them to meet at a cafe or even at someone's home, if they're comfortable with it, and again, on virtually or over the phone, so they practice speaking French. They just chat about everything and nothing. They can talk about work, they can talk about school, they can talk about love, family, games, whatever they like. And also, I host regular events, immersive activities and group events for all participants. And we practice vocabulary and grammar through speaking, writing, role playing, and there's just fun games. Sometimes we have bingo, sometimes we have speed networking. So it's really everything that you could possibly imagine in terms of chatting, just in a fun environment.
See, I didn't know it could be almost everywhere. I thought there was like a specific spot or spots, but it's pretty open. So that's really what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's perfect for networking over and above the French language aspect of it. It's a great way to network and to make connections for potential employment or friendships, or the list is endless.
Absolutely. So anybody here who's in the region, they could have been here for 50 years, or they could be new to the region, new to the country. It's a great way to immerse themselves into the culture, meet people, potentially meet a new colleague, a new friend. I have previous mentees and mentors who have become great friends now, and they hang out on a regular basis. With social distancing in the past, but before the pandemic, and things are starting to loosen up now, it's looking pretty great. We'll see how things go in the future, but it's very informal and it's a lot of fun.
All right on. Now, is there an intake point in the year? Is there different cohorts that you do, or so how do you? What's the time period?
The mentorship program lasts throughout the school year. So it will start. I start recruitment about in September, and the program goes until the 1st of March. So there's about 5 to 6 months of actual mentoring, which gives a really good opportunity for you to actually improve. Because if we're only lasting about a month or so, the likeliness of improving your French is pretty low. So it's a great amount of time from the fall to spring to really, get out there and speak French with someone and, improve your confidence.
How is it going to hit the old wallet or the bank account?
Oh, you know what? That's great because it's entirely free. The mentees don't have to pay a cent. In addition to it being entirely free, you get all kinds of goodies. You get the goodie bag, you get all kinds of resources of books and dictionaries. And when you attend our events, those are free too, and they include free food, free gifts. The activities are free, so it's entirely free. And for the mentors who are volunteering their precious time, they also get gifts, and it's wonderful. So it's free for everybody, and we really thank our mentors because they're volunteering their time to be part of their community and to help people out. But yeah, it doesn't cost a cent.
So here's the existential question of the day, Heather. Now, why did this program come about? Why was it created?
I'm not sure if you're aware, but I'm sure you may have seen or heard the workforce in Estrie is severely understaffed. And there are a lot of English speakers in the region who are looking for work, and they can fill those positions. And people from other regions can come to the Estrie and fill those positions. But of course, as you know, in Quebec, we need to speak French and have a good working level of French in order to be part of the workforce. So by doing this, by helping English speakers or allophones improve their French, they increase their employability, they fill those understaffed positions. And in addition to that, we're increasing the presence of bilingual staff in the region. So there'll be more French speakers to service the French population and more English speakers to serve the English-speaking population. So it's a win-win for everybody. The vacant positions get filled, everybody gets a job, everyone could communicate happily, and yeah, it's a win-win.
So if I understand correctly, then this really neat program is open or available to students that are at Champlain, LVTC, so Lennoxville Vocational Center, Bishop's University, but at Bishop's, it's those that are involved in the French as a second language program. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So the continuing education program and students who are studying the French as a second language in that program at Bishop. So yeah, they'll be able to improve their French even more by having immersive mentoring.
Okay. Now there's also a couple other institutions that are on that list, and there's New Horizons.
Yep.
And
the Brome, Missisquoi campus for distance education. And those two schools fall under the Etage umbrella, which is the Eastern Townships Adult General Education.
Now, what's the best way for people to contact you?
Well, they can either email me. I guess the best way is email. So it's inclusivementorship@townshippers.org. And maybe you can link that up somewhere in the chat or on the video. So Inclusive Mentorship @townshippers.org. And again, I'm Heather, and I'll be glad to sign you up and give you more information if you need be. And that is the email address to reach me if you want to volunteer as a mentor. All you need to do is have a little time and have really great French communication skills. And also, if you want to join as a mentee to benefit, your French language skills and improve your confidence.
So you're looking for both people that want to brush up on their French skills, and also people that are willing to be volunteers and to support those people in their progression as they learn French. So
absolutely.
Mentors. The next cohort or next program is starting in the fall, right?
That's correct. Yes, I'm going to be starting recruitment. I'm starting recruitment as soon. Anybody who is interested in joining mentors and mentees, just reach out to me and I'll get you all set up with information for the start of the cohort in early October. I do my recruitment in September. And yes, I'm really looking forward to it. And I thank you so much for taking the time to have this little chat with me about the program. It's a really great program.
Well, great. Well, look, thanks for taking the time to pop in and talk to us about the project. So Heather Ancliffe, you are my colleague at Townshippers Association. You also are a project manager, and you're responsible for the Inclusive Mentorship Initiative. You go off and misbehave, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk soon.
Take care. If you'd like some more details about this program, please contact Heather Ancliffe by email. Her address is inclusivementorship@townshippers.org. And keep your eyes open as well, because in the fall, Heather's going to be visiting local schools to do in-class recruiting sessions. And she'll likely be going to your school. And she'll also be promoting the program on Townshippers Association's Facebook page. And that's where you can find a lot of other information on services in the townships. And we'll also put a lot of information right down here in the video description, along with some links to the mentor and mentee sign-up sheets. Now, if you found this video useful, please share and like it, because it really helps us spread this important news and information throughout the English-speaking communities of the Eastern Townships. And don't forget, you can subscribe to Townshippers Association's YouTube channel. And that's where you'll see all the other episodes that are part of this web series. So thanks for being with us today. My name is Ed Humphrey. This is About Townshippers, and we'll see you next time.